Hi everyone. Today is Friday, February 11th. It's funny because I have a memory that's really interesting. I've always thought I had a pretty good memory. And today is the birthday of somebody I went to elementary and high school with. And I haven't talked to her since we graduated from high school. And that was many, many, many years ago. But I remember her birthday. So happy birthday, Michelle. I am in my office. I've done some rearranging. There's, oh, that's Curly, my picture. I haven't figured out where to put him yet. So there's a friend here in Western North Carolina who is a phenomenal artist. That's her passion and her heart's desire. And she also is a pediatrician. And so that was I just fell in love with Curly. Before I even met her, we saw Curly and we're like, oh my gosh, you did that? And then that was many, many years ago. And I finally got that print for my birthday last year. So anyway, it's going up somewhere. So I hope you're having a great day today. So much has been going on in the world. I wanted to share this though today. Have you ever read any of the badass books? You are a badass. You're a badass at money making. It's by Jensen. I think it's Sincero, Sincero. One of my favorite daily pleasures is the You Are a Badass calendar. I think one of my videos had Louise Hay's daily calendar. So that's in one part of my house. This is always at my office. So today's You Are a Badass. I'm going to read it because it's really cool. And it kind of is in resonance with what these daily videos are. You are a badass. When you listen to your heart and connect with who you're meant to become, what I love is that it's not who you are, but who you're meant to become. When you listen to your heart and connect with who you're meant to become, you have energy because you're in a state of flow. Things happen more easily. Opportunities land in your lap. You're turned on, inspired, engulfed in a sea of brilliant ideas. Yes, there will be challenges and things will blow up in your face, but learning experiences are different from wasting your life pushing a boulder up a hill. I'm telling you, this is really interesting. So, I'll give a personal example of this and how energy just starts flowing. So I have been doing a lot of, some people call soul searching, trying to figure out what I want to do with my life, knowing the things I don't want to do with my life. And actually, this has kind of been a theme in my life since I was in college. I remember telling my parents that I wanted to quit college and go find myself. And about 4 days later, I received a big envelope from my parents, my father, and in it was information about the Army, and he thought maybe I could find myself there. And so I stayed in college, which I was really grateful for that push. But sometimes when I talk with people, they express this desire of, I just don't know what I'm supposed to be doing with my life, or what I'm doing is fine. And there's also something much bigger and I don't know what it is. And it seems like there's this longing for discovering it. Like when I go around the corner, I'll find it, or I have to quit my job because then I'll go find it. But what I'm learning through my many, many decades is that simply by taking a step in any direction, things start to happen. Invisible forces, invisible energy. Some call it God, some call it the universe. Some call it guardian angels. It's this energetic force that starts to push us along. And sometimes all we have to do is take that first step. I'll give an example. So a couple weeks ago, and I'm not looking for another corporate job, but this job opportunity came up on, I went to University of Pennsylvania graduate school, and on the the alumni network, a job opportunity was posted, which they are every week. And it really kind of lit me up. As this said, it inspired and it got me really interested and excited about the opportunity of working with other people in a fast-paced environment. And so I, after years, pulled my resume together and sent it in. And the CEO of the organization was a classmate of mine. But of course, with everything, you have to go through the recruiters. And so I sent my resume in, and they didn't want my background. They wanted somebody not from the immediate consulting background, which I have corporate background experience, but they wanted somebody from current corporate. So anyway, so that was a little disappointing. And also I knew deep down that was like taking a step. So a couple days later, I got a contract offer for like this dream gig, but it was this is funny. And it was a dream gig. It was an equine, 2 or 3 day, 4 day, equine facilitated learning program in Saudi Arabia. Who gets that, right? And it was 2 colleagues, one who lives in Canada, one who lives in Switzerland, and they needed a third person to accompany them. And I sat with that in my heart for about 12 hours, and I'm like, that doesn't feel right either. It doesn't feel right. And so then a couple days later, I got an email from an organization locally who we've been talking with about doing some horsework, some ground-based equine learning leadership programs for some of their clients. And we got the green light that we're going to move forward with that. And so that got me really thinking about how are we in alignment with what we're doing, and what other doors open simply by taking a step? What other energy is created by simply taking a step? And another example is years ago when I wasn't working, I was finishing up grad school. I wasn't working. I actually had finished grad school, and I was looking for the right job. I got to find the right job. And so I applied to a lot of positions out in Colorado. I was offered a job back there when I was living in Philadelphia, and it didn't feel right. It didn't feel right. And then I got offered that huge job with a corporate organization that was like 4 blocks from my house. And I looked at that job offer. I read it. It was more money than I'd ever seen. And I just wanted to throw up. I'm like, well, that should be a sign, Kay. Sometimes it has to hit you over the head. But the interesting part is I declined it. Everybody thought I was crazy nuts because I literally wasn't working. And then fast forward a year and a half later, I'm doing consulting work for that organization at a much higher rate than I ever would have earned as an employee. So the world is pretty fascinating, and that's what's kind of bubbling today. We never know. We just never know what the step. Somebody talks about how you take a step because it feels right, and you don't know what's around the corner. What was that saying? I mess up sayings. A journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step. It's kind of like that, but you can't see what's around the corner. But simply taking a step that feels right, feels aligned, feels right in your heart, feels right in your soul is absolutely the right thing to do. Even if it doesn't make sense, you take that step, because then it leads to another step, and it leads to another step, and the energies, the God, whatever you believe is your guiding force starts to work together and move you forward into that which is waiting around the corner that we have no idea what it is, for the greatest good. So anyway, again, I'll read it one more time. When you listen to your heart and connect with who you're meant to become, you have energy because you're in a state of flow. That's what it starts. Things happen more easily. Opportunities land in your lap. You're tuned in, turned on. I'm going to add tuned in, inspired, engulfed in a sea of brilliant ideas. Yes, there will be challenges. We all know that. And things will blow up in your face, but learning experiences are different from wasting your life pushing a boulder up a hill. So are you pushing any boulders up a hill today in your life? And what will it take to stop that, to move in a different direction? Sending much love to all of you today. I hope you're having a fabulous day and getting ready for a wonderful Friday afternoon and weekend. Bye.